Great evening to you. Warm welcome to Prime Business with me, Pius Kojo Baka. To that big story we are following up for you, the Bank of Ghana has given the firm assurance that it will continue to restore confidence and trust in the financial sector. This follows the sanction of 47 individuals and some 245 business entities for issuing Dud checks. These individuals and businesses have also been barred from accessing new credit facilities from financial institutions. Speaking to Joy Business on the back of this action, Director, Financial Stability Department at the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Kwesi Osei-Yeboah, said they will intensify its monitoring system to flush out all illegal activities within the financial sector.
We've notified the banks and we've asked them to notify their customers. So as we speak, it is a fair assumption to say that all these individuals and entities have been notified. And in fact, some of them have reached out to us offering all manner of explanation as to why it happened. So they've been notified. I think at this stage it's confidential information. Want to respect the privacy of these individuals and entities concerned. So we've indicated these individuals and entities to the banks for them to inform them. We're doing our usual on-site and off-site supervisory activities, and we're monitoring it. Mind you, this is not a one-off thing. It's supposed to be done periodically. For the next 3 months, we'll come out with the next set of entities, if there are any, and we'll publish those as well. You'd agree with me, if you go to some jurisdiction, you can walk into a store or a departmental store or grocery shop and buy items and issue a check as payment. But in our case, people wouldn't normally accept it, except they wait for it to clear before they will allow you to take the goods out. So we're monitoring it. The ultimate objective is to restore that confidence and trust in check as a payment instrument.
And I want to engage the thoughts of a senior finance lecturer at the University of Ghana Business School, Dr. Benjamin Amoah. Thanks so much, Dr. Amoah, for joining us on Prime Business. Your quick thoughts on the move by the BoG sanctioning 47 individuals and some 245 business entities for issuing Dud checks.
Thank you very much. The circular in 2021 clearly stated Bank of Ghana's position when it comes to the issuance of Dud checks. And so what Bank of Ghana is currently doing is just to enforce that particular circular and directive that was given to the banks and the general public. What we need to understand is that these offenders have offended that particular policy or directive on 3 occasions. Hence, Bank of Ghana will have to take this decision against the 47 and over 240 plus businesses that have issued the Dud check.
But do you believe that this move is deterrent to restore confidence and trust in the financial sector? I mean the Bank of Ghana.
It is a step in the right direction because as a regulator, you want to make sure that all the payment systems that you have under you are effective and is generally accepted as a means of payment. What do I mean by this? We are talking about cash. Cash should be accepted. We should not have any doubt in accepting cash as a means of payment. We are talking about electronic transfers. We should also have confidence in the usage of electronic transfer as well as checks. You don't want a situation where a service is provided or an item is consumed, and then when it comes to the payment, the recipient of that particular instrument refuses to accept it because of what we call issues that surround that particular means of payment. So it is right that the Bank of Ghana is enforcing that particular policy or directive so that individuals who are found of, and this is within 3 years, they have issued Dud checks on 3 occasions. It doesn't speak well of the institutions or the individuals.
Despite warnings to them as well.
What it appears is that they are deliberately doing this to take advantage of the float system. That is what we call check kiting. Check kiting is where an individual is aware that he doesn't have enough funds or sufficient funds in his account, but then issues the check with the objective of taking advantage of the float days that the check will clear to get an illegal credit because the 3 days will come, it will have issued another check on the check that you issued earlier on. And that is what some of them try to do, to get illegal credit using the floating system. And so if you're able to stamp your feet on that check, you're able to curtail this unacceptable behavior that casts a doubt on issuance and acceptance of check as a means of payment. So it is indeed a good directive by the central bank. We should also not forget that in that same directive, Bank of Ghana made a point that these individuals will have their names published in the dailies on 2 consecutive days. Dailies that have nationwide circulation. From what I'm hearing, it appears the Bank of Ghana may not want to do that for now. But then if this behavior persists, the Bank of Ghana will have no option than to publish the names of these recalcitrant and difficult, customers who try to take undue advantage of some of the lag period we have in the check clearing system by issuing the Dud checks.
And Dr. Amoah, we are all looking forward to seeing a major confidence in the financial space. What more can the central bank do to flash out such illegal activities?
What they are doing is currently right. So they are going by what the policy or directive says. They are also educating the public because as clients or customers of the bank, we also have a responsibility to the banks. We have a responsibility to make sure that when we are issuing directive for payment, we have the right amount in our account. We also don't expose some of these documents to third parties who may take advantage of it. Our checkbooks, our ATM cards, our ATM PIN. We have a responsibility in as much as the banks also have a responsibility. So if through maybe act of negligence, we contribute to some of these, wrongful acts, then it is right that the regulator or even the banks may exert the needed caution so that we, the customers, will also behave in a way and manner that keeps the entire financial system safe for all of us to transact in. So Bank of Ghana is doing the right thing. Let's support Bank of Ghana to make sure that there's some level of sanity within the payment system for all of us to benefit from.
Senior Finance Lecturer at the University of Ghana Business School, Dr. Benjamin Amoah, thanks so much for your time. I truly appreciate it. A while longer at the central bank, because the head of FDI at the central bank, Alex Kumson, is cautioning savings and loans institutions against granting larger loan facilities to corporate bodies with discounted conditions. According to him, this activity is leading to many institutions into insolvency and liquidity challenges. Speaking at the brand launch of savings and loans company, Affinity, he warned institutions against shifting from their core mandate, which is providing individuals and SMEs with funds. More in this report.
Savings and loans company Affinity Ghana has pledged to contribute immensely towards financial inclusion in the country. The company aims to do this by developing quality and needed financial products and services for individuals and micro, small and medium enterprises. At a ceremony to launch the Affinity brand, Head of Foreign Direct Investments at the Bank of Ghana, Alex Kumson, cautioned the company to stick to its core mandate of providing financial solutions to SMEs to grow their businesses.
We have identified that we have a weak corporate governance practices, excess risk-taking without adequate risk management practices, and then related party exposures, transactions where loans are given to either board members, management staff, or management relatives or board members, connected parties. These are some of the things that have bedeviled the industry and has caused a great harm to the sector. Because when these practices are done, there's no proper assessment before the loans are granted. The sector is gradually drifting from its original financial inclusion mission of providing financial services to the micro, small and medium sector. Savings and loan companies are now venturing into corporate space, including discounting of interim payment certificates. These are areas that we are not expecting this sector to be involved in, but to be giving loans to the micro, small, and medium enterprises sector.
Chief Executive of Affinity, Abdul Hussein, said the company will ensure good corporate governance systems are in place to guide operations and protect the interest of clients.
We really pride ourselves by having a very, very strong board, very strong corporate governance, which are internationally certified corporate governance practices that we do. And we do have regular checks from the Bank of Ghana, but also our internal audit is very strong. And I think our general commitment to ensuring that we are financially including a lot of people. Some of the things he mentioned was around, doing transactions that are highly risky, transactions that are beyond people's mandate. Our board will not allow us to do that. The structures we have put in place, from the management level to the audit level to the board level, will simply not allow us to do such things.
Affinity Ghana, which was founded in 2022, aims to provide customers with affordable and flexible financial products.
Away from the financial sector, more than 40 professional bodies in the country risk being removed from the books of the Registrar of Companies. This was after they failed to meet the June 30th deadline for filing of their annual returns and update of certificate of membership. Jemima Wari is the Registrar of Companies.
What it means is that you'll be on your own. You cannot transact business under the Ghana Bar Association. We are professionals by the fact that we've been called to the bar. But we are all members of the association. I am also a member of the Ghana Bar Association. But that doesn't mean that the right thing should not be done. And so we would advise that to make us comfortable in operating as professionals under the GBA or under the Chartered Institute of Bankers, or any of the professional bodies I've mentioned, and even the Ghana Journalists Association, all of you are part of it. We have to make sure, we have to make sure that the professional body itself is in compliance with the Act. And then each of you members also have been registered and renewed and in good standing. So it's all of us. And mind you, I'm not cancelling anybody yet. I'm just informing you of the need to update before the end of the year. But the end of the year is just sort of an indication. But the real date is 31st of January 2025. I cannot even take you off the books until I give you at least 1 month's notice. So for now, I'm asking them to comply by the 31st of December, going at most into 31st of January 2025. After 31st of January 2025, I would have to serve a notice on them, at least 1 month's notice before the names are taken off. And if it's taken off, you cannot practice under that name. If the whole body is off, then the member is also off. And so we'll put it out there so everybody will know that you risk doing business with this professional who is not recognized on our books.
Now do something on power, because the Chamber of Independent Power Generators is urging the Minister of Finance, Dr. Mohammed Amin Adam, to, as a matter of urgency, expedite the disbursement of funds from the International Monetary Fund to the independent power producers. In a statement signed by its Chief Executive, Eliklima Petogbo, it said, despite the announcement of the IMF cash released over a month ago, there has not been any commitment or action taken towards disbursing these funds to the IPPs. More in this report.
According to the chamber, the delay has significantly hindered the conclusion of the already prolonged renegotiations with the IPPs regarding the settlement of legacy arrears. The IPPs claim the government owes its members about $2 billion. As such, it is imperative to resolve these financial obligations promptly to ensure a stable and reliable power supply. It added that the continuity and stability of power supply depend on this crucial step. It concluded that the timely disbursement of funds is crucial to maintaining the trust and cooperation of the IPPs. Therefore, it wants the Minister of Finance to take immediate action to honor the debt and facilitate the conclusion of negotiations with the IPPs.
More on power supply, the Chief Executive Officer of Ghana Gas, Dr. Ben Asante, has confirmed that the 17-day maintenance work currently underway will not affect the supply of gas to the energy sector. Our report takes a closer look at this reassurance and the measures being put in place to ensure a stable power supply during this period.
Dr. Asante emphasized that it is a routine maintenance procedure that Ghana Gas conducts periodically. He explains that the company has made adequate preparation and reserves to ensure that the maintenance work does not impact gas supply.
The facilities at the gas processing plant at Atwabo, some of the equipment we will have to maintain, some of them we have to even replace. And that calls for a total shutdown of the plant because they are all components of the entire plant. That's why we are doing the shutdown. Yes. So we plan to do this within 17 days. We are hoping by the grace of God, inshallah, that we can do it even sooner, maybe 2 weeks, 14 days, or maybe sooner. But when we say it's a planned shutdown, we actually plan for it. So plan for it means that the outage of the fuel that will come into question, we planned to replace it. In this case, for maybe some incremental flows coming from Nigeria to augment the gas coming from Nigeria now, or we use some liquid fuel to make up for the gas that will not come from Jubilee.
Dr. Asante's comments came during a working visit by the Minister of State in charge of Energy, Herbert Krampa, to several key energy sites in the Shama district of the Western region, including the WAPCO Ghana Gas Service Station, Twin City Energy IPP, and the Abuaze Terminal plant. During the visit, Herbert Krampa expressed his satisfaction with the progress of the maintenance work. He noted that his visit provides him with the first-hand information that would be crucial in managing the sector effectively.
I thought to use the opportunity of being here to see these facilities for myself, to engage the engineers, understand if there are some issues, and see how, when we are back in Accra, we're able to work around these issues to ensure that power generation is sufficient. I'm happy with what I've seen. Some concerns have been brought to my attention. We'll work on those concerns. But it is important that we keep everybody, the system running so that the lights are on. The Ghanaian people rely on us, count on us to make sure that the lights are on, and it comes from the power generation, and that's why I took the time to tour these facilities.
He reiterated the government's commitment to ensuring a steady and reliable power, which he described as essential for the nation's development.
I'm confident that power generation will be stable for distribution across the country.
For Joy News, in Athalia Kwanza, Western Region.
Away from the power sector, in a bid to increase the production capacity of women farmers in Ghana, the German Development Corporation has distributed 2.1 metric tons of certified seeds to women cooperatives in the Northeast and Upper East regions. The support aimed at empowering women in the seed oil crop value chain is part of a larger project implemented in collaboration with Heights Enterprise Limited, an agro-processing firm based in Bolgatanga in the Upper East region. Correspondent Albert Sori reports.
According to the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, women produce around 70% of Ghana's food crops. However, despite their significant contribution, women farmers face numerous challenges, including limited access to modern farm machinery, equipment, and high-quality certified seeds. The German Development Corporation and Heights Enterprise Limited, through the Invest for Jobs initiative, are therefore providing comprehensive support to women cooperatives. This includes certified seeds to improve productivity and income, capacity building in processing, machinery and personal protective equipment, formalization of cooperatives through official registration, and the introduction of health and pension schemes. Chief Executive Officer of Heights Enterprise Limited, Matthew Akayeti, highlights the challenges they have encountered working with women farmers in the seed oil crop value chain over the last 5 years.
We started Heights Enterprise as an agro-processing firm in 2019 in the onset of COVID to see how we can impact the lives of rural women through farming by contributing to raise money for seeds for them, to train them further on organic farming practices. On a daily basis, we have more women coming to our offices to ask for support in terms of seed, tractor services, and then some trainings. GIZ have supported us with a 500-liter edible oil refinery equipment. That means that we can now do more. Aside that, they give us filling, capping, and labeling machines. So what these women farmers are going to produce at the end of the day will be processed in our facility here to meet international standards.
At a ceremony to distribute the certified seeds at Bolgatanga in the Upper East Region, Technical Advisor for Invest for Jobs, Eunice Ejewa Ejepong, emphasized the need to support women farmers in Ghana.
Through this program, over 450 women have been supported in various areas. We've trained them in various capacity building measures, in good agronomic practices, in the GIZ Farmer Business School, as well as group dynamics. And through this project, we've actually supported them with 2.1 metric tons of seed in various value chains for production to enhance their productivity.
The certified seeds distributed to the women's cooperatives included soya beans and granules. The women said the gesture was going to boost their trade.
It will help us a lot because buying the granite now is not an easy task. A bowl of granite is now 50 cedi. How many of us can buy about 3 or 4 or 5 of them to sow? So for their granite support is very encouraging. But we still need more.
Reporting for Joy News, Albert Sorry, Bolgatanga.
Now, the head of Special Projects and Investor Relations of GCB Bank, George Fauci, has some useful nuggets for youth of today on discovering new business trends at the Entrepreneur U campus store.
I remember in secondary school, the capital of Nigeria was changed from Lagos to Abuja. No. And we're going to write a test because geography there. And so we got the hint that that question was going to be part of the question. So what is the new capital of Nigeria? I put the whole school on the new. Who could go teach and go to I don't want to be South as I go to I put that nobody knew. Today, everything you need and want is on your phone. Everything, how to even sweet talk a beautiful lady. It is there. Hey, the lady sitting at 5 minutes, I'll say, excuse me. Or go Google on your meeting. Look, guys, the access to information. In fact, I may know you have information. Library. This was the library. I don't know what else was the library. Law of contract. Archaeology was saying for not I don't remember the pages of what? It means the whole school. The whole school, nobody has access to that book. Today the thing is there. ChatGPT, you ask, hey Charlie, ask that type the thing is coming. Guys, we have, and that is the opportunity I'm talking about. New business trends. Some of it you copy. You know when you share assignments, you copy, you know what is happening in Kenya? Momo, didn't it come from Kenya? In person, Momo, Ghana, MTN, it started in Kenya. What you are thinking about, somebody in India is thinking about the same thing. Somebody in Kenya, have you gone to check new business trend for young people? Have you ever done that thing before? Beyonce, you know, in their song, this company, you know.
Brought to you by Africa School of Entrepreneurship and supported by GCB Bank.
Thanks so much for watching Prime Business. I am Pius Kojo Baka. Prime Sports is next with Razak Musbah.